And so you do conversion of these in your shop in Sebastopol, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do conversions of these cars, or mostly we do other cars.
Yeah.
We do Fords and Volkswagens and Chevys and just your classic cars people like, or
so anybody that wants a car converted, they can bring it to you, and you'll say, yes, I can do that.
yes, we can do that. Yeah. And we do try to work with you to get the right size pack and get the right size performance. We have some people that want vans that just want to do delivery. They're going to have a different need than somebody who's going to want to commute. So it's hard to come up with a one-size-fits-all scenario.
Right. So how much does a typical conversion cost?
Typical is hard to say, but they start at around $15,000, and then depending on range, they'll be a little bit more. And then if you do want something with more power, then it gets to be a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But generally, budgeting $20,000 to $22,000 is a reasonable
Okay.
amount.
And that's without the car?
That's without the car. Yeah.
Right.
And there's some tax credits that are available through the government, and there's also the fact that our cell should last about 5 years. So we talk about front-loading your energy cost. Instead of spending $200 or $300 a month on gas for 5 years, you kind of buy your battery pack up front. To go in my car, I drive one of the red speedsters. It costs me about $1 to $2 to fill it up with energy to drive 100 miles. So I save substantially over if I was buying gasoline. So if you sort of incorporate that cost in, you could save conservatively $3,000 a year in fuel cost.
Right.
So that offsets the cost of the battery pack.
Okay. So I know that electric cars, it doesn't really make sense to use miles per gallon, but do you have that's a figure that people understand. So do you have a figure of miles per gallon equivalent?
Well, what I look at with electric cars is watt hours per mile.
Yeah.
So if you looked at your PG&E bill and you figured out how much you were paying per watt hour, we use, in the smaller cars, we'll use 250 to 300 watt hours per mile. So you can kind of translate that into a cost for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Nissan down the road here was using 11 cents per watt hour, per kilowatt hour, and then coming up with a figure of 3 cents per mile as an estimate, as opposed to your gas. I hate to try to go through the math on film here, but generally speaking, an operation of an EV, when I go through it at my classes at the junior college, we figure it costs about 15 cents a mile to drive an EV, as opposed to about 60 cents a mile to drive a gasoline car. So
okay, and that sounds like it may be including maintenance and...
That's the maintenance.
And insurance, or...
No, maintenance and smog and the items. The IRS gives you about... We're trying to use even the IRS number now, I think is like 58 cents a mile if you deduct... If you just use the IRS figure. So, when we're talking about the 15 cents per mile for the EV, we're also calculating in the depreciation of the batteries and how long they're going to last.
Right.
So, you have a little more upfront cost, but then the more you drive, the more you save.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Good.
So I think that's good. All right, so thank you, and it's been very interesting.
All right, David.
And I wish you luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.